Okay, Kristen Clark here with PopCultureMadness.com, and I am on the tour bus with Joel of Killswitch Engage. Can you introduce yourself to our site visitors?
Hey, how's it going? I'm Joel. In fact.
Great. So, question is, how are you enjoying Trespass America? What does the festival mean to you, like to be a part of it?
I tell you, it's really been one of the funner summer tours I've ever done. I mean, a lot of good people out here. Everybody gets along and hangs out, and the shows have been fun. So it's kind of coming to an end. So we're gonna miss everybody when it's over, but it's definitely been it's a good haul. So I think everybody's getting to the point where it'll be nice to go home. But yeah, just been an awesome tour.
Oh, well, I'm sure everybody could use a little break after that. So which city had the craziest fans?
Craziest. I mean, for us, it was probably Boston, just because closest to home, really, I guess. But and they've all been really good. I think different bands do, well in certain places, but overall, it's been really great for everybody.
That's awesome. So what are the plans for after Trespass America? I'm sure you're going to take a little break and some R&R.
Oh, yeah. Take a breather for a few weeks. And we actually have been in the studio on and off for the past, 6 months working on a new record. So we're going to go back and try to finish that up pretty much as soon as we get home. I think Adam's going to be on vacation for a couple weeks in September. And then as soon as he's back, we'll get back in the studio.
That's awesome. So what type of, is there any teaser for what type of direction maybe you guys are taking? Is there anything you're toying around with new material?
I mean, it definitely sounds like Killswitch. I think it's shaping up to be a really fast record, a lot of fast songs. So I'm not sure. I mean, we wrote way too many songs for it. It's like 16 or 17 songs that we're playing with. So obviously we don't need that many for the record, but we'll see. We'll try to pick the best 11 or 12, I'm thinking.
So I'm assuming it's got to be tough to narrow it down. Like everybody kind of has their heart set on one, and maybe that does or doesn't make the cut.
Oh, totally. I mean, a lot of it's each of us will write a few songs, and a lot of the ones we actually pick for the record will probably depend on which ones Jesse likes the best and which ones he, feels the most strongly about his vocals on. So usually we base it on the vocals, what songs make it or not.
So No End in Sight is going to be on the new album. You guys are playing that live. That kind of leaked out, did it?
It kind of leaked out. Not really sure how that happened, but the feedback's been pretty good on it. So well, hey, it's already out there. Might as well play it. Right. So that's obviously one of the ones that's in the running. So we'll see what happens.
So with this uprise of social media and songs leaking out like that, what does that mean for the artists? How do you feel about that? I mean, because it's got to be tough, because it leaves no surprise anymore for listeners or fans.
Yeah, I mean you can get pissed off about it. I mean, at this point, it just makes more sense, I think, to just embrace the whole thing and say, hey, the song's out there for us. Like we were just talking about the song Delete. Maybe it's a good thing. We've kind of been off the radar for a couple of years. Maybe it's good people hear something new. Obviously, it would have been nice if it was mixed first and stuff, but it is what it is. And I've been playing the song live, and it's been fun. I think it's maybe an example of how it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's almost like the new form of radio. People are going to find it. If they want to hear it, they're going to find it. So.
No, that's so the truth. I mean, most people are learning about bands via Twitter, via the internet, and less about, people posting posters up at shows or even labels so much sending stuff out. It just doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, there's almost no point in making music videos or trying to do a big radio campaign thing or anything. It's the internet's kind of the thing these days. So. Especially for bands like us, more underground bands. I guess that doesn't apply so much for mainstream pop musicians where their stuff's going to be on the radio anyways. But for us, it's kind of just embrace the downloads, embrace the internet, and just is what it is, I guess.
So, being that you guys started in '99, it's been, a good number of years. How do you feel that you've kept things going? What has, just been the passion behind everything?
I think we really just try to write music that we enjoy. And we've been thankful enough that people have liked it. So, yeah, it's just been fun. It's a good group of guys. It's kind of just friends hanging out on a bus playing music. So it's not really doesn't feel like a job. I guess the hardest part about it is just leaving home for extended periods of time.
Yeah,
but it's beyond that. It's pretty cool.
So if you were not pursuing music, what do you think that you'd be doing instead?
I'm not really sure. It's kind of all I've done for the past 20 years of my life is just play guitar. So.
Do you have any favorite odd jobs that you had growing up?
Favorite, not really. Worked in a freezer for a couple of years. Worked at a toy store. Taught guitar lessons, obviously, which was probably the funnest of the
I can imagine.
yeah of the non-touring jobs. That was cool.
So, what was a pivotal moment for you that made you want to pick up a guitar and say, like, this is what I want to do? Was there a certain album or something that had influence on you?
Yeah, I mean, I started playing piano when I was really young. I was probably like 6 or 7 years old, and I think a few years later, I was pretty young at the time, bought like Appetite for Destruction or one of those records, I think, on a cassette in a long box at the time. I was like, wait a minute, I want to play guitar. That sounds fun. I can't do that on the keyboard or whatever. So finally convinced my parents to get me a guitar like a year or two later. And that was that. So.
Nice. Well, let's talk about, I mean, and there's like that lost art of liner notes and album artwork that people don't see anymore. I used to love to read that stuff. It's so sad.
Totally.
So, what has been one of your favorite touring memories?
That's hard to say. There's been a lot of good ones over the years. My first time going to Japan was great, actually. It was kind of mind-blowing because I'd never really toured the States extensively either. It wasn't even with Killswitch. It was with our old band Aftershock that was played with Adam. So this must have been 1999 or something. I think Killswitch had started, but we hadn't really done anything yet. So it was kind of a mind-blowing experience just going overseas, and it's just totally bizarre. Loved it. Fond memories.
So you're part of Times of Grace as well, correct?
Just the touring part.
Okay. Is there any news on that front at all?
I don't think anything's going on for the rest of the year because we're going to work on the Killswitch record and probably do another run with Killswitch. But maybe next year. I hope so. Had a great time with those guys. Yeah,
that'd be awesome. I remember catching the show at the Note in Westchester, like up here. It was really good. I was like, I wonder if he knows anything that's going on with that. So.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've really talked about that. Actually, Dan, the drummer, was out last night in Newark, New Jersey. He's a Long Island guy, so he came out and got to see him. It was nice.
So, being that we're a pop culture website, we're always immersed in pop culture. Is there anything that you particularly can't get enough of these days?
Not really.
Other than waking up to Rambo.
Beer. Can't get enough of that, unfortunately. Much to my doctor's dismay. But, yeah, that's about it.
Great. Well, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out to speak with me. And, is there any final comments you'd like to share with fans or site visitors?
Yeah, I guess to everybody who stuck around for all these years and waited for us to come back, thanks for hanging in there. And we're psyched to be back. So.
Awesome. Well, we certainly look forward to hearing some new material and definitely urge our site visitors to keep up to date with that.
Right on.
Thank
Thanks.
you.